Hello, I'm Jill Reynolds and I'm interested in the experience in ageing of people who don't have any children. This could be quite a sensitive area for discussion and I feel I should be able to answer my questions myself. But I'd like to be talking to a self that's a bit older than I am now, and I want to get in touch with a future me. First of all, I'm going to enlist the help of this crystal ball. I've been told that if you want something to happen, you have to imagine it happening. So I'm going to look into this crystal ball and see if I can see the future me. I think I see something.
I'm 82. Yes, I am. 82. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I hope you're not going to be going on about your age all the time. So it's 2030. I see you let your hair go white and hairs are sprouting on your chin. How are you generally? How are you getting on?
I'm managing very well, thank you. Very well. Yeah, we moved to Bristol. It's a bigger city and we get to see some friends. We can get out and go to things. It's all a bit easier, really.
Okay. Is Dave still with you? Are you able to do stuff together?
Yes, he's still alive, I know. I always thought I was going to get old all on my own. But he's been in hospital a few times and he needs a bit of help, a bit of care. We've got care assistants come 3 times a week. Well, I like to go walking. I go out with the Ramblers pretty regularly, once or twice a week, and Dave can't do that. He can't really walk very far. He can walk okay, but he can't go for walks. So he watches quite a lot of TV. He can be a bit demanding.
So you're pretty healthy. Do you need any help yourself?
You've caught me not at a great time. As you see, I've got my arm in plaster and I have I've sprained my ankle, in fact. Bit of arthritis, I suppose. I can climb the stairs. I can do all the tests. I can get out of my chair very easily. Well, not so much when my ankle's sprained. I can balance on one leg. Grip isn't quite so good, and this finger sort of sticks. Well, we get quite a bit of help, and I suppose we'll pay for it in the end. They did bring in the bill. They've had to make arrangements for tax. People have got to pay for their care through their tax. It was ridiculous to think that anything else, voluntary insurance, wasn't going to work. So people younger than me are paying a fair bit in tax in the same way as they do for their health care. So it's just terrific, the kind of technology that goes into this. I've got this little robot, I call it. I have to key in just what's going on, what my blood pressure has been recently. It does little tests so that it can tell various things about me. I don't quite understand all of them, but apparently at the end, in the GP surgery, they're able to look at all this stuff and know whether I'm at risk at all. So if anything's not right, I get a phone call, and somebody might come round. They won't come round if you don't want them to. And it's a bit like Big Brother, really. We've got sensors everywhere, so that if one of us falls and doesn't move for some amount of time, well, if there's anything without movement, the sensors pick it up, and again it gets relayed through. and somebody's on the line. So it's pretty good.
And what about friends, family? Do you get out to see people much? And do you find that most of your friends have got children and grandchildren, and that's mainly how they spend their time?
Friends, well, there aren't so many friends about as there used to be. That's a tough thing when you're getting older, but you do lose people all the time, of course. Well, it's not so much getting out, because a lot of the contact we have is on Skype, it's through email, it's through talking on the internet. Yeah, you can talk quite easily. There's lots of different ways of doing it, and you can see the other person too, just like I'm seeing you and you're seeing me. I hope we're not going to do this too often, mind. But yeah, I suppose I think it's really important to just keep talking. I'm not a great talker. I'm a bit of a loner, as you know. I'd rather spend my time with a book than anything. But I think, who knows which of us is going to get dementia. I think that keeping the mind active and the verbal communication going is just really important. And, well, family, yes, it is important to me. It's kind of become more important. I suppose you get interested in your own history, and you know how my brother Ian, he started researching the family tree. His is more a kind of on paper exercise to me, but I like to keep in touch with the living members of the family, which includes my brother and his children, includes my cousins. Yes, quite a lot of my friends obviously have grandchildren and children, and they have their family connections. But, you know, nobody spends all the time with their family, however close, however good a connection. And children don't want to be looking after you all the time either. So I take an interest and listen to people when they want to talk about family. Some people seem to avoid talking about their family. So that's fine. We're all different.
And what about if you really can't manage in your own home?
Well, I hope when I've had enough of looking after myself and maybe looking after Dave too, when it's all getting a bit too much, I'd like to go the Diana Athill way. I understand that there comes a time when you think, actually I'm fed up with this, and I'd enjoy having other people do the looking after, do the taking care. And, well, I hope there'd be people I could talk that over with, and friends that I could sound out, that would give me good feedback about whether they thought it was the right time. I don't know, how do you judge this time? But anyway, I hope either way I'd talk it over, or I'd just take myself off and put myself in, stay in a care home. But, you know, I don't think it's a good idea to think about these things too much. Most people don't think about them at all. And, well, it's not all of us that are going to end up either needing a lot of care or being in a care home. So, you just enjoy yourself while you can. How about that?